Part 2 begins. Rama enters the dark forest, faces his first great challenge, and feels the weight of destiny pulling him toward someone. They soon came to the edge of a great forest, where shadows were taller than the trees, and the chattering leaves were louder than any breeze accounted for. Veils of seeds floated through the air, folding hypnotically in a subtle yogic dance. Much could be seen in the forest: flowers, vines, giant leaves. But Rama knew that even more was concealed here, inside hollow trees, under rocks, in pools of efflorescent water. This was a place of many secrets. They walked a timeless path, followed as ever by a set of quiet feet. The sage knew this forest well as any man or woman could. But the great forest was ever changing. From one day to the next, trails disappeared beneath a plethora of fallen leaves, and new ways emerged as though an army of ants had been busy clearing paths through the night. Sage Vishwamitra was a great woodsman. He could tell by observing a leaf spinning on water which direction was best to take. But now, Vishwamitra wasn't following the best path. He followed shadows, miasmas. Like a hunter tracking death, he followed the foulest pockets of air, the places where darkness lurked and the trees felt wrong.
"We are close,"
he muttered. Rama heard him, but didn't speak. The sage began to walk very slowly, very quietly and purposefully. Just then, a shriek split the air, a sound so raw it twisted the trees around it. The demoness Tataka emerged from the shadows, fury in her red eyes, her stance primal, her fingers curled like claws, black nails sharpened to tear flesh. Rama stood frozen as she shrieked again, even louder this time. The sound ripped through his ears, which began to pour blood. His eyes bulged with unbearable pain, his arms suddenly weak, his fingers unable to move, unable to string his bow. At that moment, Vishwamitra raised a single finger and spoke one word.
"Om."
The ancient Om mantra rippled through the air, moving like an avalanche, unstoppable, crashing through the forest, shattering Tataka's dark power. Rama could move again. Without hesitation, he strung his bow, ready to loose an arrow. But now his hands trembled. He had never killed a person before, never ended a life, even if that life was a demon's. Would it be wrong to strike her down? Did he have the right to pass judgment? The question clung to his thoughts, making his grip unsteady, his bowstring dissonant. Tataka circled them, her laughter jagged as bones snapping. She didn't shriek again. She knew her power was broken. Instead, she clicked her throat, a menacing warning, a promise. Vishwamitra, his brow damp with sweat, spoke again, this time his voice heavy.
Evil knows no form, Rama. You must not hesitate when duty calls.
Still, Rama did not release the arrow. What's wrong with me? He thought desperately. Just then, a shadow moved behind him, and another set of feet entered the battle. Lakshmana. Lakshmana had followed his brother Rama for days, hidden in the trees, knowing that Rama would need him. Now, as the demoness lunged toward Rama, teeth bared, Lakshmana thrust his spear forward. The blow should have been fatal, but the spear shattered against her arcane defenses, and the force of her power shattered Lakshmana's arm. Something in Rama changed at that moment. His wide eyes became narrow, and his inner gaze became single-pointed. The world shrinking until there was only his enemy's throat visible. His mind became an arrow. Rama loosed 6 arrows in such quick succession that they blurred into a single arrow, swift and accurate as a hawk in a dive. As the final arrow pierced the demoness's skull, Rama leapt forward and in a single smooth motion decapitated Tataka with his mighty bow. Rama had taken a person's life, and he would never be the same again. The forest fell silent. The only sound remaining was Tataka's severed jaw, which continued to click, a final, unnatural sound like a broken shaman's rattle shaking in the wind. The air around them softened. The darkness that had suffocated the trees slowly gave way to light and gentle birdsong. Rama lowered his bow and released his breath in a long, measured exhale. He released all tension, but something else was lost, he knew, a piece of himself. He'd crossed a river, and there was no way back. As he gazed upon the lifeless form in front of him, he felt compassion Not perhaps for the demoness she'd become, but for the woman she once was, a being who'd lived, breathed, and laughed, a tiny reflection of the divine. And now she was no more. From that moment, the world began to whisper of Rama. His name drifted on the wind, slipping between the leaves, stirring the river's surface, carried in the prayers of sages and the quiet murmurs of villagers. For the first time in a long while, the people could sleep peacefully again. The demoness Tataka was dead. Like a breeze, Rama's legend spread, growing as it passed from one set of lips to another. Yet as his legend grew, so did the shadow in his heart. Rama knew his duty, but he also understood something few others did, that even in evil, the seed of good may exist, and even in good, the seed of evil may lie dormant. So he was always reluctant to take a life. Rama's arrows were faster than thought, his task clear as he went from battle to battle, and from one impossible task to the next. His bow became lighter in his hands, but the weight of introspection grew in his chest. Each victory carried a cost. A great spiritual change was coming over Rama. The path before him was no longer just about strength. It was about understanding. It was about balance. It was about seeing the world beyond the battle, beyond the battlefield, beyond the illusion of victory. Everywhere he looked, he saw suffering. He saw pain. He saw hunger, disease, war, loss. He saw the painful cycle of life, birth, death, birth, death, a wheel that spins without forgiveness, it seemed to him, the wheel of samsara. Rama questioned all that he thought he knew. Everything is transient, he came to understand. No happiness lasts, no love is forever, and no action, however good, can prevent death. These thoughts haunted him, but sage Vishwamitra watched him closely, saying nothing, knowing that some truths must be discovered, not taught. So he let Rama sit in his silence, let him battle with his questions, let him find his own path, because to force wisdom on someone is to undermine the depth of their realization.
The mind is a restless river,
the sage said to him one day.
If we float where it pulls, we're lost. But if we learn to swim, to master its currents, we can find freedom.
Rama didn't know if he could master his mind, But now he understood. The world hadn't really changed at all. Only his mind had changed and was changing every day. It was as Rama sat pondering these thoughts that a sound reached him. A distant procession, a hum of celebration, a gathering of people moving toward something. Curious, Rama turned toward the noise. He came upon a strange sight, a prince lavishly dressed, sitting atop a golden palanquin, carried on the shoulders of a great elephant, surrounded by dancers wearing animal costumes. A young girl nearby watched with excitement. "What's happening here?" Rama asked her. She grinned brightly.
"He's going to try to lift Shiva's bow," she said. "If he succeeds, he will marry Princess Sita."
Sita. The name echoed in Rama's mind. Sita. A name he had never heard before, yet somehow it felt familiar, as if it had always existed, waiting for him to hear it. For the first time in a very long time, Rama forgot all his questions, forgot his worries, his doubts. They unraveled, replaced by a conviction he couldn't explain. Without thinking, he followed the river of people, his steps guided by a force beyond his own will. He was being carried towards something greater, something he couldn't escape from, even if he tried. And on that great human current, a name rippled again and again. Sita, Sita, Sita. End of part 2.